Hey everyone, Brendan Snyder here. How are you? Look who's with me.
Hi guys.
Anthony's back. Yeah, so most of you guys know I'm back at the office 5 days a week. Scheduling has just been crazy for me, but we're able to coordinate it here today.
Yeah.
A lot of fun and glad to be able to do this again. It's been, what, like 2 months?
Has it been that?
I think so.
Christmas.
Yeah, and,
But yeah,
2
Christmas
weeks
was
before
probably our
Christmas.
last.
Yeah, I think we
Holy
stopped
shit.
at that. Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I know. But got a cool topic here today. What goes into pricing an album is what I want to kind of cover here. And I'm going to sort of set this up with, I do these videos, you know, let's go to the record store. Yeah, right. What are you talking about? We're filming here? But I film these videos and I've done them, you know, here at this store, and I do them at other ones, and I go through CDs, vinyl, pull it out, and then people comment on the pricing, which is, I don't get, in my opinion. I'm really filming it just to show what's out there. But a lot of people get into the pricing on it, and
Which is
fine. You know, money matters, right? And it's, you know, some people are okay, those prices are in line, and other people are like, wow, those are really expensive prices. And of course, the first thing they always throw at it is, oh, you live in the big city, right? So my thought was, you know, let's discuss what goes into pricing these, because there's a lot of different things. You know, it can be, first of all, when someone is saying that they're getting used CDs for $1 or $2, and an $8.99 or whatever price is expensive, first thing I always say is, you know, well, what are we comparing?
yeah,
Right? Because if you're talking about two different artists, if
apples and oranges, but they're both fruit.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right. So there's things like that, and then there's sort of the other extreme of that, and we find that when we go to record shows and stuff, where there's certain records or albums that are just astronomically priced.
Well, look at we had the two vendors at the last show we were at.
Right.
You know, at least 25 to 30% of their stuff was the same.
Mm-hmm.
But the dude to the left had it. He had that Joan Jett record for $50.
Yeah, 2-3 times the price.
Yeah, where the other dude to the right, who was selling tons of shit,
Oh yeah.
compared to the dude on the left, had it for $20.
Right.
Which is $20 to $30, depending on the Joan Jett title. Now is a standard price for mint, great condition copies of her records.
Right, and I mean that's the other thing too. It's the condition of it.
Yeah,
Right. So you know, people are saying, "Oh, I go to thrift stores and I can get them for $1 to $2."
do it. You show me a mint record for $1 from a thrift store,
Yeah, that's right.
I'll double your money. I'll send you
Yeah.
$2.
But what record are we talking?
I'm not.
about?
Yeah, don't. Not the bullshit. I'm talking about. Bring me an original Caius record,
Right.
mint from $1 bin, something of that stature.
Exactly.
And I'll double your money. I'll triple your money. I'll send you $3.
Right. You know, not the thing that there's hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of copies out there in the world. You know, the stuff that is the very typical standard, the pop things that just, you know, sell ridiculously. And you know, the other thing is, it's, you know, is it an import? Is it limited in some way?
Well, I
Right.
mean,
Like you picked up a zombie record. We were talking about the last show.
So imports, that's another thing. You got to break it down, right? If we're going to
Right.
talk imports, are we going to talk import CDs? So anything outside of the U.S. is an import, but let's just say Japanese is its own thing. Is it Japanese import or is it a standard UK import?
Right.
That's different. Then there's South American imports, there's
Yep.
Korean imports, and these all have
Price
a
points
lot
and
to
stuff.
do with pricing.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be different for CD than it would for record.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so there's huge differences with each
Right.
of those.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and then it's what's on them, because if you're talking about, I'm focusing predominantly on CD, and I'm gonna let you throw in, you know, where you can on vinyl. But if I'm looking at CDs and someone's saying they've got a CD for $1 or $2, and I'm looking at one that's $8.99, the first thing I'm going to ask is, well, are we talking about a remastered edition? Are we talking about an original? Are we talking about? And it can go both ways, because the original one could be the one that's really expensive, and the current remaster one, even with bonus tracks, could be very cheap.
An LP used to be straight out. Original was always more expensive.
Right.
Nobody cared about CDs in this manner, but now that's a thing, man. People want original pressings with CDs.
Well, I was going to just say that. I've got all these remastered and ones with bonus tracks and stuff like that I picked up over the years, so I already have them in my collection. But now I'm going back and I'm grabbing ones that are the original ones that came on, you know, Atlantic Records.
They're
Epic,
different.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, they look better is my main thing.
They look better.
It's not so much sound. There's nothing bonus on it, but I like the booklets in them better. The original.
The art's definitely crisper.
To see it. Right.
Even if the sound was shit, because a lot of the mastering from anything that was recorded in the 60s, 70s, and even early 80s that finally got transferred to CD, there wasn't as much of a consideration or care taken for the transfer of the original recording medium, most likely tape, to the digital medium of a CD.
Right.
They just wanted to get that shit out there. So you'll go back to the original Stone stuff.
So it's
just-
quieter and it's a little muted.
It's
Yeah.
it's awful sounding.
Yeah. Some of it, I don't know. I go
But
back.
there's other shit that's great.
Right.
And that's where you had AAD,
Right.
DAD, so that's analog to digital, digital to analog to digital, or digital to digital to digital. Look that up. Look at a CD. You'll see it in the original pressings of like John Mellencamp stuff,
Right. Who's calling
Stone
us today?
stuff. Mark. Hey, Mark, what's up? I guess this shit is different to every person's ear, the sound.
Where I was going to go with that is that I grew up on those. So even though they weren't great quality.
It's what you know.
Right.
It's
So
what you're used to.
I recently, Rat was out on Atlantic Records. Not the best sound. And I got the Rock Candy Records reissues, which
How
are
do you
remastered.
feel about that remaster?
I like the remasters, but after a while of listening to that, I wanted to go back to the original ones that I heard. And they're more muted and kind of muddied. And
What do you prefer now?
the old ones. I
Right.
listen to the Atlantic Record editions of that. And I don't know why that is. The other ones are definitely crisper. They're clearer. They're brighter.
Now, just
All
on
things that I should like.
a Rat note,
Yeah.
I bought a great collection last week, and in it was Out of the Cellar,
Okay.
and it was Dead Mint,
Nice.
but it was a Columbia House pressing.
Oh.
So whatever. But I wanted to compare it with mine. How's it going, man? And mine is good.
Right.
Plays great. No issues. A couple of ticks, whatever.
Also a Columbia House.
No.
Oh.
So I put. Oh, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
But either way, so I
Okay.
put the Columbia House one on.
Uh-huh.
Mint, Dead Mint. And it didn't feel right. Something was off.
Really? And the
Yeah.
sound?
Yeah.
Ah.
Just,
I've heard that
it
before.
was
Some
not
some-
lively.
Yeah, people have said that, and I have never found where that has been the case.
Neither have
but-
I, but I just did. I
Yeah.
finally found one where it's 100% true. Now, I'm not saying it's true on all of them.
Right.
But on this particular Rat record, this Columbia House pricing is fucking dead
Wow.
compared to
I'm
my more beat up copy
Now
that
I'm
I
curious.
played directly after it. And the minute I put it on, the life that came out of the speakers, fucking tenfold
Wow.
compared to that Columbia House pressing.
Because that's another thing right there. People are looking at whether it's original on the label or it's one of these BMG or Columbia House
Yeah.
ones, and that makes a difference too.
Some of the Columbia House shit's worth more money, whatever reason, I don't know.
Columbia House would put out original album covers that have been banned.
Yes.
So like Poison's open up and say, ah.
Yep, they got the
what
tongue.
exactly. Versus the reissue of it today.
Yeah.
So it's like you have to look at a lot of different things in terms of that. It doesn't mean that everyone and that you're doing it or on all of your stuff, but it's not as easy to simply just say, oh, all used CDs should be $2 or all used CDs should be $8.
No, it's not.
Or records being the same way.
I would love to be able to sell you everything for $1. I mean, I have a $1 cart
Right.
for CDs. I got a $1 cart for records.
But those are also usually ones that aren't mint.
They're ones that aren't mint, or they're titles that I have in abundance,
Right.
or
In
they're
different locations.
Garth Brooks.
Right.
No offense, Garth Brooks fans or Garth Brooks.
No, but there's tons of it
there.
out there, right? It's like having a ton of Britney Spears stuff.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think, I just hit on this one, location-based. Things that sold more on the East Coast where we are versus Middle America or the West Coast, you might have an abundance of something more here, which brings the value of it down for you, and you're going to sell it for a few dollars, whereas that might be more rare somewhere else and vice versa, right? It's a lot of different things like that.
And then timing. We go back to vinyl.
Right.
89.90. This collection I bought last week, a lot of 89.90.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in it.
So what happened was Columbia House might have been the only company at the time doing some of those pressings.
That's true. That's true.
Or they were more in abundance than the actual record company's pressings. So that immediately will add value for that year span,
Right.
89 to 91.
Right.
Robert Plant's Manic Nirvana, you rarely see it.
Oh, I know.
What was the Dark Water Bad Company? Shit. What was the title?
Holy
from
Water.
Holy Water. Who else came out that? There was, but stuff like that where you're thinking, it's not even fucking, I'm drawing a blank. Oh my God. It's not even Paul Rogers. So who cares? But it's a $50. It's a $50 record, and you're thinking, no, there's no way that should be a $50 record, but it is.
Right. And I look at that and I say, well, is that because those albums didn't sell all that much? And when I say all that much,
Yes.
I'm comparing it to the old Bad Company.
Oh, 100%.
These albums went gold or even platinum, but they didn't sell to millions upon millions, so there's not as much out there. And those people that do have them have hung on to it. So now what's left?
But the CD being that much.
Oh, this is the CD?
No, I'm talking about the LP.
Yeah,
the CD you can get.
Oh, no, you can get that for a couple bucks.
Yeah, where the LP.
Yeah. But the LP on
because
the other hand,
the industry was also trending away from records.
That's why, yeah.
Pushing CDs. So those records
are probably next to nothing. I mean, there were very little pressed at that time.
Yep, and Columbia House had the market on a lot of the pressings because that's how people were getting the records in 89, 90, 91. That's how I got...
That's right, I had forgotten about that. You could still, you could still get them that way.
Yeah.
Most record stores weren't carrying vinyl at that point. It switched
They were
over
starting to
cassettes to CDs, right? So you're right, timing, the era of something, whether it was pressed in more of an abundance or not.
Yeah.
You know, and then it comes down to who pressed it.
Right? And then it's what's it's worth to you.
Well, that's the thing I always say. You know, some people are saying, "Oh, you know, it's too much to spend on a CD or something."
You were going to bring up the White Zombie. What was your?
I mean, for me, that would be too much.
Yeah, and for a lot of people, that would be too much.
Right.
I spent $225 on it. Could I have gotten it for cheaper? You know what? I don't know. I didn't check because it's not that I don't have $225 to spend, but some shit is just more important than the monetary value.
Right.
The moment in time that it brings me back to be able to relive those moments in my head over and over again, even just looking at it or listening, picturing the sound. It's not even on the turntable, but the song's playing in my head, and I'm holding the record, and it puts me back in a place that helps to drive my forward motion every day in the place I'm in now. So that's where that $225 was worth it to me.
Right, and I agree with that. I've got albums that are like that as well. Things that beyond just the value of the album, it's bringing you more than that.
Yeah.
And having that and looking at that and seeing that every day is worth it.
And then when you put it on, it's just, I could stream it, I could put it on CD, I had a cassette here in the store, I could put a cassette on, but I got it on fucking glow-in-the-dark vinyl.
Right, and your medium is
vinyl.
vinyl.
And I'm a record guy, so man, you know what? If I don't eat for the next week, I don't care.
Right.
Because that record is more important to me than the food.
I know.
Because I'll find a way to eat. I'll go to my sister's house.
That's right.
You too can go to your family members' houses or your friends' houses to eat. If you happen to spend too much money on
your records.
Records or CDs.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's great about having friends that are into music and stuff because they'll feed you. They know. You'll be like, oh man, I spent too much at the record store. Can I come over to eat?
Yeah.
And they will say yes.
Exactly. Brendan has a key to my apartment. He knows my fridge is there, not that it's anything in it.
Right. Can't guarantee anything will be in it.
But you can open it.
That's right.
And hope and pray.
And then if I get there and there's nothing in it, then I know you've spent too much money.
Yeah.
So I think, the bottom line is there's a lot that goes into this, and it's not always apples to apples. Even when it is the same artist, and it's two CDs or it's two records, and we're looking at it, it's not always apples to apples. There's so many different things.
Yeah, why does Madonna's Like a Virgin go for X amount of money when, let's just say, Like a Virgin doesn't? Yeah. Did I say Like a Virgin twice? Like a Prayer goes for so much money and Like a Virgin doesn't.
Right.
We don't know.
Right.
Those are just examples. Yeah. But it's, an artist catalog. One of their records is why?
Right. Well, for anyone out there that is a coin collector would understand that there are different amounts that are pressed per year. Right, and it can make a coin go up or down, and then we have misprints, right, and that happens within records too.
Yeah,
misprints and other things like that. It's crazy. Defective things about stuff can make it go up in value, and that's another thing. Not that that's going to generally happen across the board. It's not why a CD is going to be $8.99 versus one that's $2. We're talking about ones that are going to be in the 50, 100, 150 in terms of a CD, and then vinyl just goes up from there.
Vinyl is just stupid.
Yeah, I know. It's just.
I wish I was a CD guy.
We were at a record show, like, I don't know if it was Second Saturday, but we were talking about the Led Zeppelin album that was astronomically priced, like 500 and something. Do you recall that? I don't remember which one. Oh, the Robert Ludwig, Led Zeppelin 2, the RL pressings, because it was the way it was. The original burn was hot. I want to call it burn. The original pressing was really hot, and cheaper turntables couldn't handle it
and would cause your needle to skip across the entire side.
Mm.
So the president of Atlantic at that time, I don't know how to say his name.
Argon.
That's fucking guy.
But I love that guy because he signed so
He's
many great
fucking great.
bands. Yeah, I just can't say his name.
So this guy had it recalled and repressed.
And the original ones, that's what's up there.
Yeah, and the original ones nobody gave a shit about. They threw them in the fucking garbage. So that cut down on the already low quantity of those. So now the people finding these are flipping their shit. Now, this is where record collecting, as with collecting anything, has become if I'm off on the word, a bunch of pretentious little fucks, right?
That's not
that
far off.
RL fucking pressing you could have gotten a year and a half ago for $50, $100. Even then, nobody wanted it. It was just a hardcore guy who said, I'm going to have every pressing of Led Zeppelin 2 because you're never going to listen to it. It fucking doesn't sound good, okay?
But
my ears are not your ears.
Right.
And with this little fucking vinyl fucking cunts, now this record's $500.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And
It's ridiculous.
What shifted that?
But
you think somebody out there started...
some little fucking guy with pointy shoes and a fucking beard went online and
inject
burn your fucking flannel, take your pointy shoes off and shave. Okay? I'm just kidding. Drink your fucking craft beer while you're at it.
Right. So what
I'm going to hell for that
I know you
one.
are. Yeah, exactly.
I'm fucking...
You picked up another one, the Bob Marley, which was Legend, that had awful mixes.
It was
on
only $20 though.
Yeah.
So it was all right.
But there's other ones that are out there, and I love finding those.
Yeah, it was cool to find it. You know,
there's something off in the mix,
Yep.
and you know that. The Alice Cooper offshoot band that was called Billion Dollar Babies. We're
Yes.
talking about the album. There are 2 mixes of that, and I've been looking for an original one that also had problems for the same sort of thing.
What's up, brother?
Lots of different things play into this,
Yes.
and you never know what it's going to be.
Hold that thought. What do we got?
I did.
So a gentleman just came in to sell records. This has happened a lot recently, which is, I mean, it's happened a lot throughout the whole.
Uptick in all of this.
Yeah, but now people are really coming in thinking that they have fucking gold because they have a record.
Right, they find a record
And it's
collection in
not.
their attic, or their grandparents have it, and suddenly they think,
They want $10 for a Herb Albert record. No, man, I don't sell those for $1. Most people would only sell them for $1.
I went to Factory Records last weekend, and they have a bin that is nothing but the exact same Herb Albert album. $1.
$1.
Yeah.
But people are really, and I noticed it even on some of the sites I use, where I'm noticing a $20 record is now a $40 record, and it's because one asshole paid $40 for it because they didn't know any better, because they didn't do the research.
Right.
So now the rest of the people out there selling it think that they can sell it
For the
all
same
for
amount.
$40 because I see it. I fucking physically see it. One asshole paid $40, and now all those assholes say, "Let's go and get 40." But then what happens? The rest of us assholes all pay 40, 40, 40. So we're actually creating the new price for the record ourselves.
Exactly.
I'm guilty. You're guilty. We're all fucking guilty.
It's a
of it.
cyclical thing.
It is.
Right.
So now the prices are just higher. What are you going to do? Nothing.
Yeah.
We're not bringing them back down. But just watch what you're doing. Research what you're doing. Yes, I mean, this is a subject that's dear to my heart because I see the way the prices are going up, and it really sucks for a kid coming in to get a record. And we're not even touching on what we've talked about before, which would be the dealer pricing.
Right. The realistic aspect of it. But then we've got, as you pointed out, you've got all these other people that are jacking the prices up that are causing this to happen.
Yeah.
And my concern with all of this is
Dealer being distributor.
it's going to eventually price themselves out.
Everybody's pricing themselves out, but people are still buying. Kids are still buying. They're using every penny that they can to go out and buy an obscenely priced record, used or new.
Right. Well, they're looking at it like art prices, right? Like, oh, this is going to be valuable. It's going to be worth so much. I'm going to go buy it. But I don't think these things are going to hold like that. I think these things will eventually come back down.
I hope they do.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, what if they don't?
No.
So that guy, this was one of the greatest things I heard. When I bought that collection last Friday, I went in, and the dude just wanted to give it to me. He also has thousands of comic books he's given to his local comic book dealer. And his reasoning was because, yeah, man, just leave it right there. Solid. Thank you very much. So the collection I bought the other day, the guy he was probably going to just give it to me He also had thousands of comic books that he's giving to his local comic book shop.
That's really
And
nice.
it's because he said when he bought all this stuff, he bought it for himself to listen to look at, to enjoy.
Yeah.
He never bought it for the resale. That's what's happening in the world. We're all looking for something that is going to make us money.
Right.
The kids
It's
come
going
in
to grow
here.
in value.
Yeah, kids come in here and they're like, oh, we have to buy this because this is going to be worth money one day. But what's it worth to you right now?
Yeah.
That's why that White Zombie record, I'm not even a fucking White Zombie fan. Okay? I am not. I don't want to hear or think about anything they did after that record, which makes me not a fan. I don't even love that record, but I love that record. But that's what makes that record valuable to me, is because it takes me to a point in time and a place in my life that makes today and tomorrow that much fucking better. And that's done through music. So that's worth that to me.
Exactly. I think that when you hit on this a little bit earlier, which is simply, what is it worth to you?
Yeah.
We've talked about
And
all
I didn't
these
buy
different
that to
things.
resell it.
Right.
I hope when I die, you burn that fucker with me.
I want to be buried with all my stuff.
That'd
I've
be
got
cool.
11,000 CDs. People always ask me, what are you going to do with it when you die? Can't take it with you. I'm like, well, I can be buried with it.
I can be buried with it.
I
I'd rather
mean-
have my music be given
It's a
to...
big box they're gonna have to put you.
That's right.
Let my music be given to kids and people who can't afford it and want it.
Yeah.
Sell all of my rare stuff. If it's a kid who wants it and can answer a couple questions about the band, name 4 songs, not 3.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
a little harder than that 3 shit. 4 songs.
I want to know who the band members are. I don't
Yeah,
care if
man.
you can name the songs. Tell me who
Right?
the band members are.
But I would sell it to, I would have whoever, after I'm gone, sell my shit to those kids or those
Right.
people at such a small price, like
Yeah.
fucking pennies.
Yeah.
So they can laugh all the way to the bank saying, I got something I'm going to love and listen to and use.
Yeah.
That's why I don't mind when you walk in a record store, especially Sound Exchange.
Right.
I don't mind walking in here and seeing a record that was kicked. Because
Yeah.
that's what used to happen all the time
Yeah.
because Art had the shit on the floor.
Yeah.
So I bought those records because those records needed a home. They needed to be loved. And I knew I was buying it. I wasn't going to get rid of it. That's my record. That's my shit for life.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Give it a home.
Yeah,
listen to it,
man.
enjoy it. Don't buy it just out of value.
Don't buy it for value.
What it's going to become. Buy it because you love it.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the difference. And, you know, I don't mind paying $8 versus $2 for a used CD or
Yep.
whatever it is. If I want that and I love that and I'm interested in that, I want to go home and listen to it that day.
Yeah.
That's why it's worth it to me.
Yeah. We all hate the pricing.
Yeah.
You know,
Nothing. Yeah. No good comes of it.
yeah.
But it is what it is.
All the money I make, I'm not going to get rich selling records. And I'm going to go broke buying records for myself.
Yeah. You're just breaking even. Your
And I'm
paycheck goes
happy, man.
right
I
back
don't
into
care.
it.
You know,
Yeah.
we found things that we love in our lives and things that, you know, make us want to continue to exist.
Yeah.
That's it. How about looking at life that way and looking at the shit that you own and want to put in your life and in your space? Look at it that way.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, enjoy your collections.
Sorry, hipsters. I didn't mean to fuck with you so hard. I'm an asshole.
Exactly. Yeah, you can leave all your feedback below.
All right. See you next time. Thanks.
Have a good one, everyone.